Hi there, it's Alexei Bomersky. I hope you're well and safe and healthy. Today I want to talk to you about being a conscious creative. Now, in the fashion industry, if you're a creative, you could be a photographer, a stylist, a designer, hair and makeup. You could be a model, an influencer, a celebrity, a magazine editor, so many different creative jobs. And what I want to remind all the creatives out there is that with every creative choice you make, you have incredible power to inspire people. We kind of think, we go to work and we try and design a dress or take a picture and we try to do our best job, and then we go home at night. But we sometimes forget that our work then goes out into the world. So if I do a fashion shoot, that will be printed. I might forget about the fashion shoot in a couple of weeks, but that will then go out into the magazine and then into the world. And that magazine might live for months or maybe years in the world. So that imagery carries a message. So this creative power we have so much creative power to inspire, but with that power comes great responsibility. I think Spider-Man's uncle said that as well. With great power comes great responsibility. And our creativity can go out into the world and it can inspire people positively or negatively. And this is a choice that we have to remember that we have as the creative people. So let's talk about an example in the fashion industry. So years ago, we used to have cigarettes everywhere in the fashion industry, in photography. We used to have people smoking editorials, people smoking in advertising to sell fashion. Because it looked cool. You know, you had this gorgeous model standing underneath this spotlight in the middle of Paris and she's smoking and the smoke is rising up and it looked incredible. And people, apart from wanting to buy the clothes in the picture because everything looked cool, they also thought subconsciously, I should smoke because that also makes me look cool. And the fashion industry realized that we were having this incredible effect on inspiring people to smoke. So we took cigarettes out of fashion editorials and fashion advertising. Now what I hope and wish is that we could use that same great mentality with other things in the fashion industry that maybe we should start to push out. Because it's 2020, it's time. So for example, me, I've made a push to stop shooting fur and feathers and exotic skins, right? Because we don't really need to have cruelty to animals to create clothes anymore, right? Again, it's 2020, we don't need it. Now obviously a lot of you may think to yourself, well hang on, I can't say no to things in my job because you know, I don't want to lose my job, I don't want to lose my clients, I don't want to lose customers. All fair points. But I have this firm belief, and it's proved successful in my own personal career, is that when you say no to something for the right reason, when you close a door to something for the right reason, other doors will open up to you. And my career is a testament to that. I said no to fur in 2008, and then onwards it got more and more and more, and then I stopped using feathers and exotic skins in my work, and I lost lots of jobs. But then other jobs opened up to me. And we can't let fear rule our decisions. When you're a creative, you know that some of your best work, your best creations come out of decisions that scare you, right? You know it's right, you feel something inside you, you know it's right, but it scares you because it's against the grain, it's against the norm. And you have to, if you can trust that when you're making creative decisions, trust it when you're making ethical decisions as well in your work. And I promise you, if it works for you creatively, it will work for you ethically. You've got to trust your heart, trust your gut. So what type of creative do you want to be? Now that when we go back to work, we've had this pause now. What kind of creative do we want to be? What do we want our creative legacy to be? How do we want our creativity to inspire people? Are we going to be able to look back at our archive of work in 15, 20 years' time and be proud of all the stuff we did in terms of ethics? We can be a voice for change with our creativity. We can inspire people with creativity. And we can make a difference in the fashion industry. If we decide that we suddenly want to make vegan leather or sustainable fashion fashionable, we can do that. We can put it on all the magazine covers, we can put it on all the celebrities on the covers, we can put it in all the fashion editorials. We can make that change. We can use all the sustainable practices in all of our designs. We have the power to do that. So let's try and think with every creative decision that we make, let's always think at the back of our head, how can I make this positive? How can I send out a positive message? And it's not just to do with fur, feathers, and exotic skins. It's also to do with diversity. It's also to do with sustainable fashion. There are so many things that we can be pushing and putting our creative powers behind that will make the world a better place. So let's remember that to be doing our job is a privilege. We get to create every day, which is such a privileged position to be in. So let's remember our privilege, and let's remember that we do have the power to make a difference, make a change, and it can be positive, it can be fun, it can be amazing, and it can feel good. So I hope this makes sense. Please remember your power as a creative. Remember what you want your legacy to be. Remember how you want to inspire people with your creativity. And I can't wait to see what comes out. Thanks a lot.